we're going to go ahead and get it started. I'm so excited to be here with you guys tonight, be it virtually, be it not. It is super special to reunite with the class of 2011. Great honor to be able to MC this event. And, alongside our leader, class leader, Sean Udell. You will always be our class president. Sean is also our reunion co-chair, and he is going to say a few words.
Yeah, so welcome everyone. We're so thrilled to have you all here and look forward to people trickling in as the evening progresses. So just real quick, I just want to thank First April for hosting this and thank all of the performers who've joined us tonight. I think we're going to be in for a really fun night. So if we go to the next slide. Can you believe it's been 5 years since we all were in person sharing all sorts of viri with each other, but not coronavirus. I'm sorry we couldn't be doing it in person this year. Thank you to our committee members. This is the list of our committee members. Certainly when we started this planning a year and a half ago, we had hoped that we would be able to do this all in person, but we're gonna have to enjoy this distanced reunion just one more time. Next slide. And then I just want to shout out my co-chairs, Zila, Gary, and Alex, who have been, instrumental in all of the 2 weeks of programming that we have planned here for virtual reunion this year. And then, of course, we want to shout out all of the essential workers and first responders who are members of the 2011 community. Thank you for keeping us safe and healthy. And then we have a fundraising update. So, reunion wouldn't be reunion if we didn't ask you for a little cash. And we're pretty close to our goals. We've got 113 of 150 donors, which is our goal for this year. And we've got $47,000 of our goal of $50,000, which we're so close. So if you have a few bucks, I was thinking I would donate the train ticket costs that I would have spent to get to New York tonight. So I'm going to donate $84. If anyone else wants to donate Amtrak fare with me, I would encourage you to do so. And then special shout out to our John Jay Associates listed here. They're keeping Columbia College humming. And we have multiple other events. So right after this, we have our spotlight on the class of 2011 entrepreneurship panel. And then this time next week, well, 8 o'clock next week, we're going to have our trivia night. You can still sign up. And if you need the reunion sign up email, just let me know and I'll forward you the link. All right. So thank you to the class of 2011. And I'm going to hand this over to our colleagues over at engineering.
Hi, everyone. I'm Dempsey. I wanted to thank all our reunion committee members on the engineering side of things, Rachel, Graham, Tejas, Amanda, and Doug. They were fabulous to work with, and we're able to get some events together so everyone could connect virtually. And we're grateful for all of our donors here. We had a really good showing with the class of 2011, and we even had some more donations today. So that's very exciting, and I'm sure everyone will be excited to see their names on this slide. And happy to go to the next slide, please. We are really proud to announce that we raised over 3,500 gifts this fiscal year, especially during this different year that we're having at Columbia University as a whole. And we have exceeded our $280 million campaign. So that is really exciting. Engineering for Humanity, in order to help students and just create a global and sustainable impact. So I want to thank all the engineers and anyone else who donated to these funds for helping the engineering school with the Dean Boyce's vision. And we also have that event at 8 o'clock. And then on Saturday, you guys can also sign up for a virtual fitness class. I like to say fit and lit. but I don't know what's going to happen there. And it's at a reasonable time, so you can get up around 11:30 and be ready to go. So we hope to see a lot of you guys there. And yeah, this is a QR code. I think we also have a slide for the first responders, or we might have mashed those two together, but we would also like to thank all the first responders and everyone who helped out with the coronavirus and keeping our country and our world afloat. And if this is the last slide, I will pass it back to April.
Thank you very much. And did you say that was 280 million achieved?
Yes, the engineering school had a Engineering for Humanity campaign where we were over quite some time, not just 1 year, but our team and the donors, of course, have been really inspired to support the students, arts and humanities, creativity, data science, privacy, and sustainability over the past couple of years. And the year's not over, so we're really excited to see where we can go.
That is incredible. I dropped you a line in the chat, but I just wanted to say it over the recording that's amazing.
I saw, and I did get giddy, but I was trying to keep my composure.
Okay, I have the honor and the privilege of introducing all three of our performers tonight, or today, or this morning for our next performer. Eric is in Korea. Sorry, I can't. Okay, I'm fumbling. Eric is a virtuoso violinist, and he is a prize winner of the International Tchaikovsky Competition, the Michael Hill International Violin Competition in 2011. His performances have been described by critics as spine-tingling, astonishing. He's been described as a dazzling virtuoso playing. That was the Washington Post. Impeccable level of playing, a wonderful musician by Heather Kirschbauer from the Strad. And he's got everything in his favor: technique, composure, and personality. And I've spoken to him for probably 5 minutes, and he has an incredible personality, very laid back for how amazing he is. We are on the eve of a great soloist by El País, Spain. Eric has performed as soloist, recitalist, and chamber musician throughout the United States and around the world. An avid chamber musician, Eric frequently performs chamber music internationally. He also has a special collaboration with bandoneonist and composer J.P. Joffrey and the J.P. Joffrey Hard Tango Chamber Band. He plays, and this is really cool, guys, so actually listen. Eric plays on a rare J.B. Guadagnini violin from 1757. I'm geeking out. And if we went to the same school, you are too. On generous loan from the CEO Music Society Foundation Sao Wing Lam collection. Without further ado, Eric Silberger. Can't hear the audio.
Take two, hold on just a moment. We're doing practice.
I'll just say while we're working on the technical difficulties that Eric is currently in Korea traveling. So we pre-recorded his concert, but we're so glad that he woke up at like 6 a.m. to join us in person.
Sorry guys, is it still no audio?
It just, it was sticking. It wasn't actually, it froze.
Okay, let's try it one more time. I swear we practiced this and it worked flawlessly. Let's try this one more time.
I'm quite positive that anybody who doesn't have to go in has worked via Zoom in the past year. So, and we're okay. I think. Well, Oh, how beautiful. Oh my gosh, Eric, you're incredibly talented. I was trying the entire time not to ugly cry.
Oh, thank you. That's so kind. Thank you everybody for all the comments as well.
Oh my gosh,
I'll
so
just
beautiful.
share a few quick things. The first two works were by Johann Sebastian Bach from his E major partita number 3, the Preludio and Gavotten Rondo, and then the last work was by Manuel Ponce, Mexican composer. The work is called Estrellita, which means my little star, and it was arranged by the legendary violinist Jascha Heifetz, who actually heard it in a cafe and just transcribed it because he was looking for a piece by a Mexican composer to play in Mexico City. So that's a piece that's very close to my heart. One of my teachers studied with Jascha Heifetz too. So yeah. And then regarding some of the questions, the pianist was Bradley Moore. He works a lot with soprano Renee Fleming, mezzo-soprano Susan Graham. We recorded that actually in the estate of Lauren Mazel. He was music director of the New York Philharmonic for many years. And that was Castleton, Virginia, and in 2 different places in Castleton, Virginia. So the last piece was recorded in the theater house there. And Bradley Moore is a dear friend. I work with him quite often. And April asked, do I use the same violin for every performance? And actually, for outdoors, I recently acquired a violin for outdoor performances because I want this violin to live many centuries beyond my lifetime. So
Yeah.
that's definitely something that's a concern because you're holding something that's older than the United States in your hands every day. It's kind of an interesting perspective to have.
I can't imagine that. I played violin for 15 years and I've never touched anything that valuable because I wasn't as good as you. But that is so incredible. And thank you so, so much, Eric, for being here and for sharing your gift with us. You're truly gifted. Such beautiful work. Thank you. We are going to, please stick around, Eric, to hear the rest of the performances. We are moving on to Sam Ryder. Okay, so excited to introduce Sam to all of you. Sam Ryder is an American accordionist, pianist, composer, and educator. Originally trained as a jazz pianist, Ryder has spent many years exploring and interpreting folk music from around the world on the accordion. His original compositions frequently combine jazz improvisation, folk instruments and grooves, and classical structure. As a performer, he's been featured at Lincoln Center and on NPR, and has collaborated with Grammy-nominated musical artists ranging from bluegrass mandolinist Sierra Hull, Venezuelan cuatrista Jorge Glem, and classical violinist Tessa Lark. Ryder leads an ensemble of virtuosic acoustic musicians called The Human Hands and has released 2 records of original music under his name, Too Hot to Sleep and the Human Hands EP. Sam, take it away.
All right, thank you so much. I'll keep it real quick because I know that we have a lot to get through here today. Thanks to all of you guys for being here and for having us perform. I'm here today at my home in San Francisco where I grew up. This is my grandfather's Steinway piano. It's not quite as old as that violin, but it was built in 1918, so almost 100 years, a little more than 100 years ago, during the last pandemic. And I've been reunited with this instrument after living in New York for about 15 years. I moved home to San Francisco in December of 2019, and it's been a real joy to be playing this instrument again, to come home to it. And so today I'm going to be playing piano for you mostly. I'm also an accordionist, but I'm just going to play some tunes on the piano. I thought I would start with a tune of mine. This is an original composition called The Prairie Serenade. And when I was at Columbia, I studied American Studies, and I wrote my thesis comparing the songwriting of Woody Guthrie and Ira Gershwin, 2 songwriters who were alive during the Great Depression. And they sort of run the gamut of my musical interests, from jazz and popular music to folk music on the other hands. And so in this tune, you're going to hear a little bit of the city and a little bit of the country. So here it is, The Prairie Serenade. And let me know if you if you can't hear the piano, you can raise your hand or something like that.
I can barely contain my excitement. That was so great. That was really great, Sam. That
Don't
was
worry,
so
I've got
good.
one more tune for you.
Oh, good. You know how to please an audience.
Beautiful. Oh my gosh,
That
Sam.
was a piece that I wish I had written. I'd be a millionaire at this point, many times over. We all would. That's the great "Don't Think Twice, It's All Right" by Mr. Bob Dylan.
Got it. Okay.
Another transplant from around the country who lived in New York for a long time.
Yep.
I've been playing that one for years. I love that tune.
You play that so well. You play it
Thanks.
like it's an original. It's like pouring out of your whole soul.
Oh, I
Okay, I'm gonna shut up so you can play your next
I
one.
have before you play the next tune though, Sam, I have to know, how does it compare playing for an audience from your home versus like you've played in all of the great music halls. So like, how do you compare it? What is this like?
Oh, it's so much worse. I'm not gonna lie. It's terrible. You know, so much of what I do is really centered on collaboration and working with other musicians. And for me, it's all about the connection with the audience and the connection with the people that I'm on stage with. And, you know, turning to my friend on my right and smiling to them and smiling to the person on my left and improvising together. I mean, everything I'm playing for you today is completely improvised. And so it's so different when you're doing it in your home, in your living room, or to make matters worse, if my parents are sitting on the couch watching me. Like they're right now. They are in the house, but it's definitely been an interesting year, and it has made me. It's forced me to kind of come into my body a little bit more, try to center myself, and I'm gonna try to make a solo piano record at the end of the summer. It feels like this was the year to do that. It's a challenge that I've always wanted to do, and I've never done it. But it feels like this is probably the time to do it. So I'm gonna try to do that in August, either right here in my living room or maybe at a studio. But so yeah.
Good for you, making lemonade out of lemons.
Yeah, exactly. That's been the story of the year for me, to be honest,
Yeah.
making lemonade out of lemons. But I do wish I could be there with y'all and playing in person, because that is for me what it is all about.
Same,
but
but
you want us
honestly,
in here?
this is such a gift. What a treat. I mean, honestly, I feel so grateful right now for being able to listen to you guys. You should be charging like $100 a minute for people to listen to your music. So I'm just like, all right.
Okay, let me do this last one. I'm dying to hear Neil play, so I want to make sure we get to that.
Absolutely.
This last tune is actually one of the pieces that I've been playing for my entire life. It's the first jazz tune I ever learned. It's a piece that was written in 1928, I believe. So 10 years after the piano, at the beginning of the last Great Depression. And it's a piece that's meant a lot to a lot of performers of American music. You may know it from Louis Armstrong or Ella Fitzgerald, or many of the great rock and roll musicians have recorded it. It's a piece called "On the Sunny Side of the Street," but the version that I'm going to play for you is an arrangement by a pianist who's my favorite pianist. His name is James Booker. He's a New Orleans jazz pianist. He had a hard life. He was a gay man, a black man. He was in prison most of his life in New Orleans. And he was actually Harry Connick Jr.'s teacher, because Harry Connick's father was the sheriff in New Orleans at the time. And so Harry would go and take lessons with James Booker. James Booker was also Dr. John's best friend. And he's just an astounding musician. And I highly recommend everyone look him up. This is the song that really inspired me to play jazz when I was 10 years old. And it took me until this year to finally finish the arrangement and really learn the hard part. So I'm going to struggle through it. James Booker has really amazing technique and big hands. He can reach a huge range on the piano. So I kind of struggle along at it, but I thought I'd play this one for you because it's full of joy. It's called "On the Sunny Side of the Street."
Wow, you nailed it.
Thanks.
Beautiful. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for taking the time out of your very busy schedule, I'm sure, to be with us this evening, to perform, to share your gift with us. So grateful. And the story that you told alongside your last piece was really special. So thank you for taking the time to actually share that with us. I appreciate that. Please stick around for our last performance, which I think you already said you're going to do. Our next performer is Mr. Neil Pearlman, multi-instrumentalist, step dancer, and host of the podcast Trad Cafe. Neil is a vital and a distinctive voice in contemporary Celtic music. He is well known for a unique approach to the piano rooted in traditional Celtic accompaniment styles and heavily informed by jazz, funk, and Latin American dance music. He regularly collaborates with some of the biggest names in Celtic and American folk music and has performed and taught at major festivals across Scotland, Canada, and the United States. In 2020, although live shows were canceled, Neil released 2 albums to critical acclaim, Burden Lake with Shetland fiddler Kevin Henderson, and now more than ever with the Katie McNally Trio. Neil, take it away.
Thanks very much. So so excited to be part of this show and to see Eric and Sam play. It's I don't think I've seen either of you guys since school, but really been following your music careers, and it's exciting to be part of the same program. I'm just gonna get right into it here with an interpretation of a Scottish Gaelic air, and we'll see what happens after that. Thanks, everybody.
Wow.
Thank you. So this is
Amazing.
Katie McNally you mentioned the Katie McNally Trio. Katie is my musical partner as well as personal partner. And we've been playing a lot, as you'd expect, this year. But that is a track we just released on the new album for her trio, and it finishes playing Celtic music. We make our pieces of music by blending together medleys of smaller melodies, tunes, and so that was a medley of a few different tunes, and the final tune was a tune that I wrote, which is something that we do a lot in the sort of contemporary Celtic and other traditional music scenes, is we write new tunes and like add them to the traditions that way. So that last one was a tune that I wrote. The last piece of it was a tune that I wrote for the son of a student of mine. His name Matthew Robinson. And I'm just gonna do one more quick one for you here, if there's time for that. I have one special guest. My upstairs neighbor is an incredible bluegrass mandolinist, Joe K. Walsh here, and we're all vaccinated, so we can start to play music together in person. So I invited him downstairs to play one other tune that I wrote this year. Wrote several tunes, will kind of hold up at home, and this is a as yet untitled tune, but thanks to Joe and to Katie for learning it.
This is amazing. Thank you.
All right. Sorry, how did I get muted? You guys still there?
I think
We
you're
can hear you.
good. I
Yeah.
can hear you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we can hear you.
All right.
That was awesome.
Thank you. Thanks for sticking around. Sorry.
That was absolutely beautiful. Thank you so, so much for that wonderful performance. And I don't mean to be inappropriate, but you and your partner have immense chemistry. So it makes sense that that's your partner because
Well, thank you.
that was amazing. And you're up to, and your upstairs neighbor too. So I don't want to make it weird, but no. You guys are incredible. Thank you so much for sharing your gift with us. That was absolutely beautiful. I want to just thank everybody who took the time to participate tonight, to come and share in this immense talent with us. I was reminded of my first day at Columbia, walking down College Walking, seeing all of these incredible people and feeling absolutely inferior. And that's legitimately how I felt. And your talent is insurmountable, all of you. So thank you so, so much for being here. Very, very grateful. Sean, I see you just shared something. Do you want to chat
Yeah,
about
I
it?
share the link. So
right.
the entrepreneur panel is happening now. We have 2011 entrepreneurs who will be speaking about their experience, and I hope that link works. I think it will. But yeah, oh my God, thank you to our musicians. This was so much fun. I wish we could jam more.
Same. This is amazing. All right, guys, we're gonna let people go so they can skedaddle to the next event. But I want to be friends with everybody who is on the call tonight because I have none. And and so grateful to see you guys celebrate our growth, our how much we've matured, and so much love to you all. Hoping to see you at the next reunion. All right.
Yes, in person next time.
Oh yeah.
Love you all.
No more pandemic.
Mm-mm, mm-mm.
Bye, guys.
All right. Bye.